The impact of Google's Gemini 2.5 flash-native audio-based real-time translation technology on the political landscape. Google's Gemini 2.5 flash-native audio-based real-time translation technology represents a turning point that technologically dismantles language barriers by directly processing meaning units without converting speech to text. This technology strengthens the soft power of American big tech in the U.S. China hegemonic competition and enables control over AI platform standards, while colliding with China's digital sovereignty strategy and native language-centered ecosystem. As real-time multilingual AI becomes widespread, the strategic value of Chinese will weaken and China is likely to operate its own AI ecosystem more restrictively. The disappearance of language barriers will concentrate content consumption on English-language platforms, a kind of straw effect, and China will perceive the expansion of American cultural, political, and economic influence as a threat to cultural and information security. Regarding nationalistic right-wing populism, bidirectional effects are anticipated. The weakening of language barriers shakes the core foundation of nationalism, blurs the boundaries between us and them, changes perceptions of multiculturalism and immigration, and can weaken exclusionary identity-based politics. However, conversely, technological anxiety that AI is taking away jobs, our language and culture are disappearing, and global big tech is infringing on national sovereignty can become new fuel for right-wing populism. At the international order level, while the English-centered world order is strengthened, participation of minority language users in global affairs increases, and the reduction in language gaps raises the international participation of developing countries. The perfection of real-time interpretation may increase the speed of diplomatic and economic negotiations and reduce misunderstandings and conflicts. Additionally, the elimination of language barriers facilitates the entry of talent from India, Southeast Asia, and Africa into the global market, intensifying competition in developed countries' labor markets and potentially triggering political backlash. The impact on Korean politics, economy, and society is deeply connected to phenomena such as election fraud allegations, Chinagate, and Unigan. The common core of these is a sentiment of distrust that we cannot trust the state, election commission, media, or platforms, and YouTube, communities, and algorithms fuel this structure. AI technology can both exacerbate and resolve this distrust. As an exacerbation possibility, the combination with real-time translation gives birth to a more sophisticated suspicion industry, making election fraud allegations and Chinagate-style narratives appear more persuasive. Additionally, AI-generated messages tailored to individual inclinations, languages, and emotions precisely spread customized agitation and political advertising, and in information overload, people select only pieces that reinforce their own narratives while AI supplies unlimited customized pieces. Conversely, resolution possibilities also exist. If real-time fact-checking tools that analyze videos, sentences, and captures to track sources, verify voice synthesis, and detect statistical and graph manipulation become commonplace, evidence supporting election fraud or Chinagate narratives can be rapidly dissected. Strengthening the transparency of election and vote counting systems through blockchain-based voting records, AI log analysis and anomaly detection, and transparent disclosure of the entire vote counting process can create verifiable structures. Furthermore, as language barriers decrease through real-time translation, Koreans can directly read debates, materials, and policy reports from the US, Europe, and China, creating room to move toward concrete understanding rather than conspiratorial imagination. Ultimately, how and where the same technology is used becomes the crossroads. The future of Korean politics, economy, and society can be illustrated through three scenarios. Scenario: a managed transition introduces AI monitoring and disclosure protocols in election, polling, and vote counting systems, establishes deepfake regulations, platform accountability, and fact-checking infrastructure, and presumes that both ruling and opposition parties partially abandon suspicion-driven politics. Under these conditions, while election fraud and Chinagate-type suspicions continue to emerge, rapid early verification reduces their spread. AI industry is developed as a strategic industry while controlling information manipulation and surveillance abuse, and although social conflicts remain, a minimum common consensus on reality is maintained. Scenario B: dual reality is a situation where one camp uses AI-based fact-checking and data-driven policy discussions while the other camp strengthens suspicion narratives with AI, and platform algorithms solidify this division. In this scenario, the analysis that there was no election fraud and the political narrative that AI is also manipulated/data cannot be trusted coexist, creating a structure where keywords like Unigate and Chinagate are eternally reproduced. Scenario C. Deepening division occurs when the government, platforms, and political parties use AI only as a political tool. AI technology depends on foreign big tech, the domestic sphere falls behind due to regulations and conflicts, and distrust, conspiracy theories, and populism become constant political mobilization. Economically, Korea falls behind in the AI hegemonic competition and becomes a rule-importing country, while socially the information world is completely divided along generational, class, and ideological lines. In Korea's position in the AI technology hegemonic competition, the reality is that the U.S. and China are axes possessing all AI models, infrastructure, data, and platforms, while Korea has strong hardware, semiconductors, and telecommunications infrastructure but high dependency in terms of large-scale models, platforms, and data, with political conflicts continuously shaking regulatory and policy consistency. Korea has three strategic choices. First, the trust infrastructure powerhouse strategy involves establishing an AI plus institutional package that resolves fake news and conspiracy theories as a national brand, actively introducing AI-based transparency tools in elections, administration, and policymaking, and exporting a digital democracy model to the international community. Second, platform dependency acceptance plus partial independence involves using AI technology from U.S. and Chinese big tech while configuring core public systems, elections, judiciary, security, around domestic/open chain centers. While economically efficient, there is a risk that political distrust will structurally remain. Third, the path of remaining a latecomer through excessive regulation occurs when political conflicts combine with the fear that AI equals fake news/surveillance tool. AI utilization is suppressed while conspiracy theories and political suspicions continue to remain in a contradictory state. The real core of the question is the recognition that we are now in an era where what can be made believable has become the center of the struggle rather than the facts themselves. In this struggle, AI can become either a tool that better packages falsehoods or a tool that rapidly strips away falsehoods. Which direction it takes depends not on what technology to create but more on where, by whom, and within what institutional framework the technology is used, and this is precisely the realm of choice that politics and society must make. This technology is the beginning of a massive tectonic shift called the collapse of language barriers. Nationalism, right-wing populism, and the U.S. China hegemonic competition are all political forces that operate based on boundaries, and this technology weakens boundaries. Therefore, existing boundaries of nation, language, culture, and economy will be shaken, and in the process, new conflicts and new cooperation are likely to emerge simultaneously.